Everybody else set? Okay, Madam Clerk?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Varga? Commissioner Palomero?
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis?
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb?
Here.
Commissioner Baydoun?
Here.
Commissioner Ware?
Present.
Chair Marecki?
Here.
You have a
Okay,
quorum
next
present.
item. Thank you. Next item.
B, approval of the October 20th, 2020 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, we have an approval by Commissioner Baydoun, supported by Commissioner Ware. Any questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item.
C, old business, there is none.
Okay, and before we start the new business, I just want to congratulate all my colleagues on winning their race on this committee. That's awesome, and I hope we're all together for the next 2 years on this committee because you guys do a great job. So congratulations again, and it's nice to have a week off, isn't it? Of non-campaigning. Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item D1, under new business, communication from the Department of Public Services forwarding a report on all funds collected and expended from various Wayne County events, comparing the results from fiscal year 18-19 to fiscal year 19-20.
Okay. This is the comparison of 2 years of the park activities, and unfortunately, it's a little bit depressing. Any questions on this from the commissioners? Is there someone from, oh, Alicia's on. Ms. Bradford, are you?
Yes,
available?
good morning, Commissioner
morning.
Marecki, to
So-
the committee. Go ahead.
So what are the plans at this point for next year? Are you just kind of riding it out?
So we
things
are planning, however, again, as you know, Commissioner, and many others, it is just a fluid situation, a lot of unknowns with COVID and possible vaccines. And now we're at the occasion where the numbers are increasing. We do have programming planning in place that we will be offering to the administration. But right now it's just hopefully considering that the health department, both on the state level and here within the county, there may be provisions that we're able to reopen the aquatic center. We are operating our Light Fest this year as being promoted out. We will be opening a week later on November 25th, the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving, and we'll be operating 5 days this year. But we think that actually our revenue may increase because of people just wanting to do something safely and be able to get out and enjoy for the holidays. Both of our major events at Elizabeth Park, the Jazz Fest and the Motown on the River, may be done in a different fashion. And those are plans that we're proposing to provide to the administration. So we're making plans and efforts to do things what we can among the pandemic and still make recreation and those entertainment spaces viable. But again, it's all fluid, and we're looking at our colleagues across the United States and others through our association and how they're programming, doing things related to COVID, just as examples.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. Any questions from the
Thank you.
commissioners?
Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Ms. Bradford, can you just briefly talk about the upcoming Holiday Light Fest and if there's going to be any changes or what will remain the same this year due to the pandemic?
Thank you. Through the chair, Commissioner Dobbs. So there will be changes, as I spoke about. We're starting a week later. We are not doing our kind of 3-day kickoff event into our Light Fest. So we will not be doing our walk, run, nor our bike through the lights and our lights on ceremony. That will not take place this year, just because we know that brought large crowds onto the park, just for enjoyment. But we want everyone to be safe. So those events, activities will not take place The lights will go on at 6:30 on the 25th of November, that Wednesday, as I said before Thanksgiving. However, there will be no festivities. Everybody will be in their cars. We're promoting that out through our webpage, through the counties, as well as our social media pages and press releases. So those three activities will not take place. We will not have our Santa shelter, nor foods concessions this year as well. So they'll be doing their drive-through 4 miles, but we have some wonderful new displays that we have in place. And then they'll be able to exit out Outer Drive Road, which is new as well. We typically take them out of the Warrendale exit so they can stop at the Santa shelter. However, since we're not doing that, that will not take place. And then we're operating 5 days as opposed to 7 days because of the impact of COVID. We still had staff reductions, even though the administration has approved some level of recall. We don't know if we'll have them back in time for operation, and we've begun this planning back in the summer. So we'll be operating 5 days instead of 7, Wednesday through Sunday, Wednesday through Friday, our 7 to 10 o'clock p.m., and then on Saturday and Sunday, our 6 to 10 o'clock p.m. And we won't be doing our Tory Drive as well, in which we donate to a nonprofit, typically a foster home care or some where they're doing some youth services. So we will not be doing our tour drive this year, unfortunately. But we may do some promotion of helping one out of sending donation just to assist in them doing some efforts for the holidays.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that we're still able to have this festival in some form, and that families can enjoy, the Christmas holiday lights safely in their car. And
Right.
we have to, change it up a little bit to be able to do that safely. So, thank you.
Right, exactly. So yeah, right. If I can just add additionally, I apologize. And we're also doing a virtual run this year just to keep individuals engaged for my Light Fest. So we'll be doing a reindeer virtual run where people are encouraged to run in their own neighborhoods and their own parks in order to clock the miles for their run or race or bike ride. And we'll be giving the reindeer holiday mask where they'll be safely having the COVID mask, but a nice festive mask, and they'll get a bib and a medal as well. So we're doing that to kind of replace our actual run that will take place in the park. But as you said, Commissioner Dobb, just trying to promote the safety, but also allow families and others to get out and do enjoy the holiday lights and do it safely. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Marecki, as well.
Yes, thank you. Very creative. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from the commissioners? Okay, this is a receive and file item.
Move to receive and file.
Support.
Okay, and I'd like to note that Commissioner Varga is on the meeting. She texted me about 2 minutes ago, so she's been on. So we have a approval for receive and file by Commissioner Varga, supported by Commissioner Baydoun. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, communication from Capital Development and Buildings Administration Division, forwarding notification of an emergency procurement with Siemens Industry.
Okay, and with this, we have to, oh, I'm sorry, never mind, it's the next one. Okay, this is, okay. Is there someone from the administration that just wants to touch on this?
Good morning, this is Deputy Director Al. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So, yeah, we had to purchase, this is the microphone that basically attaches to the fire alarm panel in the lobby at Division 1. So in case there's an emergency, the fire department come on, they make announcements off of this microphone, pretty much. And that's what we had to buy it for, also to stay in code compliance as well.
Okay, thank you. Felicia, is Felicia on here today?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you all good with this? Another
Yes.
emergency procurement? Is everything
Yes.
okay? Okay. All right, thank you. Any questions from the commissioners? This is a receive and file as well because it's already been done.
So moved.
Receive and
Even
file.
file.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I just have two quick questions.
Okay.
When was the date of the I guess when did we realize that the microphone did not work, and when was it replaced?
So we went up, I think we purchased it back in September, if I'm not mistaken, Chantel. And then we put it in let's see, October. Yes.
Okay, but
Yeah, we
did
had
it-
to order it. The PO was issued in July. We ordered the microphone and then we installed it locally. We didn't have them do it.
Okay, so it stopped working in July?
Yeah.
Okay. So then an emergency procurement was necessary. I'm sorry, so it stopped working in July, but then it wasn't ordered until September?
Well, we had to find the piece. They had to order it. So the system is like really old. So we had to try to procure, or Siemens tried to procure it for us. And we bought it directly from them and we installed it.
Okay,
We had to figure out how to make it work. So instead
Okay.
of replacing the whole system, which would be in the hundreds of thousands. So
okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, we have an approval to receive and file this by Commissioner Haddis, and I don't know if anybody supported it.
No, we don't have a support.
I do?
No, we don't. We need one.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
Support.
Okay. Supported by Commissioner Baydoun. All right, all those in favor of this receive and file, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of traffic control order 20-003 to provide a stop regulation at Marlin Avenue and Korean Avenue in the Township of Plymouth.
Okay, and we're going to need a public hearing for this today. So if I could have a motion to open up the public hearing.
I'd like to move to open a public hearing.
Support.
Okay, we have approval and support. All those in favor of opening up the public hearing, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so we have a public hearing. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address this issue about putting a stop sign in the Township of Plymouth? Could you, let's see. Okay, it looks like, could you unmute everyone, Madam Clerk? In case
Yes.
there's someone here. Hey, have we gotten any emails or anything with this?
No, we have not received any emails.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address this issue at our public hearing?
Let's see what you need.
Okay, anyone?
Move to close the public hearing.
Okay.
Support.
Okay, we have an approval to close the public hearing by Commissioner Vargas, supported by Commissioner Haddis. All those in favor to close the public hearing, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Okay, our public hearing is now closed. And we will go back to the item and
Move approval.
Madam Chair,
yes.
could first of all, I'd like to be the maker of the motion on this since it's in my district. And I do have one question.
Okay.
If there's anyone available to answer this. I was wondering if there was some information on who submitted the request for this stop sign.
This is Eric Lenz from Lane County DPS Traffic Office. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was an email that was forwarded to me from the township about this.
Okay. All right, that's all I was wondering. Thank you.
Okay, no
Okay,
problem.
so we have been, Commissioner Dodd moved approval, Commissioner Vargas supported this item. So Madam Clerk, could you call the roll on this?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware, Commissioner Ware,
Yes. I'm
Chamarecki.
sorry, I was muted. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Chamarecki,
Yes. Motion passes. Next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with a 2-year option to renew with Source Court BPS.
Okay. This is to provide staff and management services for the call center. Is there anyone here from DPS that just wants to touch on this?
Yes, this is Shawnee DeBerry, and we also have the division deputy directors on the call as well. This contract is basically to extend the 2-year option for the staffing for our call center. About 3 years ago, we decided to provide staffing, outside staffing, to man the call center for us, and it has been working very well. So this is just an extension of that contract.
Okay, great. I know we've seen a big difference in the last 3 years having this. Are there any questions from the commissioners or any comments?
Move for approval.
Okay. And by the way, thank you for the explanation. Okay, we have an approval by Commissioner Haddis.
Support, Dobb.
Okay, the support by Dobb. Any questions before we go to a vote? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chamarecki,
Yes, motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with Detroit Salt Company.
Move approval, Madam Chair. This is from the famous Detroit salt mines
Support.
in my district.
Yeah. Thank heaven for those.
I mean,
Although
yeah,
this weather is going to be 80 degrees today, which is amazing. We'll
I
probably use
know.
like 2,000 tons instead of 90,000
plan
tons.
ahead in Southwest Detroit.
Yeah. Okay, we have an approval by Varga, and I think Commissioner Baydoun was the support, I think.
It was Haddis, I believe.
Oh, Haddis, okay. All right, any
Yes.
questions on this from the commissioners?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we splitting up the contract this year, or are we getting all of our salt from the Detroit salt mines? Whoever can answer.
Good
Someone
morning. Good morning. This is Derek Coley, Director of Equipment Division. Of course, every year the contract is negotiated by the state of Michigan, and they did award only to Detroit Salt this year, at least in our area.
It's good to know Wayne County business is getting business. Thank you.
And Derek, isn't that a little unusual? I mean, to just do it to one, to give it to one company?
Historically, they did split it quite often in past years. I've been here for 5 years. Last year, it was a single award that went to Detroit Salt as well.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see if this weather changes and we have a real winter. Okay. Any more questions from the commissioners? All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chamarecki.
Yes. Item passes. Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a 3-year sole source contract with Spartan Distributors.
Okay. Someone from the administration?
Good morning again, Madam Chair. This is Derek Coley from Equipment Division.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have approximately 20 Toro brand mowers and tractors that are used for conducting various activities. Some of it boulevard mowing. I believe Parks may have a few Toro mowers, but mainly for the roads division. And Spartan is a sole source in the Lower Peninsula for Toro Parts and Service. This is a 3-year as needed contract.
Okay, and I did notice in our notes that the contract is going up because there's not enough mechanics in DPS to fix the mowers. Is that correct?
That is not the purpose for this contract. Sometimes we will contract some of the work out, but our intentions are, we do have a mower shop here and a couple of specialized mower mechanics as well. Our intentions are to do all the work that we can. And every once in a while, there's something that might need to go back to the manufacturer because of their specialized knowledge or something proprietary on their part. But our goal is not to contract all of the Toro work out, not at all.
Oh, okay. So it's only if you run into a problem. It's not because you don't have enough staff.
Yes, that is correct, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. Questions from commissioners?
Move for approval.
Okay.
Support, Dobb.
Okay. We have an approval from Commissioner Haddis, supported by, excuse me, Commissioner Dobb. Anything else before we vote? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a contract with R.W. Mercer.
Okay. Anyone from the department could just give us a brief explanation of this? So for the fuel systems. Anyone?
Yes,
Commissioner Michelle Yancey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Michelle.
DPS admin. This is an extension to add on the remaining yards for the completion of the upgrade to our fuel system.
Okay. All right. And this is Act 51 monies, it looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any
Move
questions?
approval.
Okay. We have an approval by Commissioner Varga,
Support.
support by Commissioner Haddis. Any other comments or questions before we vote? Okay, Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Haddis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item, please.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to 2-year comparable source contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Elite Fire Safety.
Okay, someone from the administration?
Good morning. This is Michael L. from Buildings. So this is in addition to our 2-year contract with Elite Fire. Over at Division 3, there were some devices that were missed and additional testing that needs to be done to be code compliant with the state as well as the city. This is just, they were missed when they did the inspection. They went off of a Siemens report, and then when they went in to do their inspections, they noticed that they were missing 430 smoke detectors, 54 duct detectors, and 41 pull stations that were not included in their prior bid. So we were adding this, and this will increase $5,200 per year.
This is, and you're talking about the prior bid with Elite or with Siemens?
Siemens,
Who,
we have a contract with Siemens. When they went through and counted up all the devices, they didn't catch all these devices, they missed them. So when we put this out to bid, Elite Fire went off of all the bidders went off of the Siemens report. And when they actually got on site and went through the system, they noticed that there was 430 smoke detectors missed, 54 duct detectors, as well as 41 pull stations.
So who's actually providing the smoke detectors? Because this company doesn't, they only inspect, correct? Is that right?
They do service, but these are existing smoke detectors that were in the building in the jail that they didn't have access to and they couldn't get to. So they were like in the cells, somewhere in the
Oh.
pod, somewhere up in the ducts. You know, a lot of these were up in the ducts where you can't get to.
Okay, so they were already there.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were already there, correct.
So this Elite Fire Safety, they don't produce their own equipment, but they inspect Siemens products. Is that right?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. Which is a good check and balance instead of Siemens inspecting their own
Absolutely.
product.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the commissioners? Okay, direction?
Oh, Madam Chair,
Yes.
I have one question.
Yep.
Has this happened before where where they've missed fire alarms or items on the inspection?
Commissioner Dobb, I'm fairly new, so I don't know that history.
Okay.
I just know what I came across and, you know, per my tenure, this is what I've come across and this is what we have to add in just to stay in compliance.
Okay. Do you know, and again, I realize you're new, but do you know how long we've been working with Siemens and Elite Fire Safety? Do we typically use them?
So Siemens has been around for years. I'm just noticing prior to the different contracts that we have from them and the dates on them. Elite Fire is fairly new, probably the last couple of years that we brought them on board, and they were the lowest bidder when we went out for bid.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Oh,
Move
thank
for
you.
approval.
Okay. We have an approval by Commissioner Hattis.
I'll support.
Okay. Supported by Commissioner Dobb. Right. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll on this?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Item passes, and we'll move on to the addenda now. Madam Chair.
Can everybody see the addenda on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates.
This is Groseal Township, Joey.
Move approval.
Okay.
Support.
All right, we have an approval and support. Any questions on this? Okay, Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. Next item.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates.
Okay, this is in Brownstown Township.
Move approval.
Okay,
Support.
all right. We have an approval by Commissioner Palomera, supported by Commissioner Varga. Any questions? Okay, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll on this?
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes. Motion passes. We can go back to the regular agenda. Madam Clerk?
E, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Okay, I don't think there's anything. Okay, next item.
Commissioner,
Yes.
This is Ron Agasinski from Engineering Division.
Hi, Ron.
I was asked by Elizabeth Taylor to bring this up to your attention. Earlier this spring, Engineering Division submitted a MDOT contract for the Allen Road CN Railroad grade separation in Woodhaven.
Yes.
That contract was approved by Commission Resolution 2020-184.
Yes, I remember that.
MDOT has submitted to engineering a amendment to that contract now to do some language changes. What the original contract required a progress schedule to be submitted to MDOT for this project. They want to change that to a project progress clause. The project schedule by definition is submitted by the contractors, detailing piece by piece what he's going to be building and when he's going to build it. The progress clause is going to be submitted by Wayne County as to when the project will be advertised for bidding, when bids will be open, when start construction will begin, when end construction will begin. So it's kind of a general schedule here. I'm trying to get this submitted to the commission for COPS for the next COPS meeting in 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
So I just want to bring that to your attention for this.
Okay. So does that pose any problems like for Wayne County?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. And we'll be looking forward to having that on the next agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else for such other matters?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
may I ask Commission Counsel Felicia Johnson a question?
Yes, of course.
Okay. As it relates to the recent changes to the Open Meetings Act in relation to meeting by Zoom and other technologies. I know when we announce whether we're here or not, you also affirm that you're in the county. If one is not in the county, that doesn't preclude you from participating in the meeting, does it? You just have to, I guess, disclose that you're not in the county. Is that accurate?
Through the chair. So you're correct. You are able to, but you are required to disclose your location, meaning the city and state that you're located in if you're not within Wayne County, Michigan.
Okay. You can still participate, but you just have to disclose where you're at and that you're going to be participating. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I know it's not come up yet, but if we get into well into 2021 and still meeting in this fashion, it may come up at some time for somebody.
Yes. Thank you for asking that.
Thank you.
Because it probably will. Okay. Anything else? All right. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Public comments.
Okay. Have we gotten any emails for anything on the agenda this week?
No, we haven't received any emails.
Okay. And if you could just unmute everybody.
Everyone's unmuted.
Oh, they are. Okay. All right. Anyone from the public that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Okay. Anyone from the public? All right. One more time. Anyone from the public that would like to address?
Madam Chair. I'm
Yes.
the president of Local 1659 asked me. I just had a quick question in regards to the detectors in Division 3. That is one of my areas of the 17 locals that I cover. I just wanted to know, is it possible that 1659 can find out what other type of detectors are located in the facility for issues that may occur or be covered by elite safety or seamen on the detectors? If that
Okay,
on a separate
I'm
note.
sorry. I think we missed your name just for the record.
I'm Darlene Buffington, the president of Local 1659.
Okay, great. You know, normally we don't go back and forth with public comments, but I'm wondering if there's someone here that could get together with you for that question.
Madam Chair. Andrew
Yes.
Kandrivas here.
Yes.
Hi. If I could
Hi.
just suggest if you could get a written, written request from Miss Buffington, it might assist anybody, the proper people in answering it, if that's what you'd like done. So
Yes, that would be great.
that'd be easier to
Yeah.
just get through.
Ms. Buffington, can you send me an email with your request and I will send it on?
Certainly.
Okay, and my email is like everybody at Wayne County, tmarecki@waynecounty.com.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you. Anyone else from the public? All right, I don't hear anyone else. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment.
Okay, adjournment.
So move.
Okay, Commissioner Hattis moves, Commissioner Palomera supports. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, everyone. We are now adjourned.
See you at noon.
Okay.